Hey guys, Tom Swan, and oh boy, do I have a big news video for you today. Last Friday, we had a bit of a special stream from the developers. Not only did we have our usual community management team streaming the new update, we also had a nearly hour and a half long interview with one of the devs, the development director, and oh boy, do we got news for you as far as what's coming up. We got training rooms, we got clans, we got updates on crossplay, we got ray tracing, we got new lines, we got new carry. Like, there is everything under the sun for us today. So I think the only thing we can do is just dive on in. But before we do that, if you do want to go read over this for yourself, over on the Reddit, awesome community member named Rowan HKC transcribed the entire interview. So if you want to go ahead and get your 1,500 words in, I think it's way longer than that as far as reading goes, feel free to. I'll leave the link down below, or you can head on over to World of Warships Twitch or YouTube account, and they have the full stream there that you can also go ahead and take a look at. Okay, so first things first, the first big piece of news. There's no operations in the plan as of current. Basically, operations were a PvE kind of suggestion from the community to put historical battles into the game, where you would get to take place in historical battles, where the enemy team would be what one team faced and you'd go up against them. But there's just way more, there's not enough resources to do it, and they would much rather go ahead and put those resources into other things, which I understand, because if it's going to be anything like AI mode, the rewards for doing a thing like that are not going to be very high as far as like player advancement goes, and then that means players are probably going to do it once, twice, never touch it again. Where if they instead decide to put in the development time to like a ship, well, ships get used forever. Speaking of which, one little interesting note that I found out during this time: 6 months of dev time to bring yourself a premium ship. Yeah, from getting the asset over from PC to like from ideation of what ship to bringing it into Legends to play testing to balancing to launching is about a 6-month window in this game. That's just something to keep in your head, just in case you want to think about just how far forward Wargaming generally has things planned. Speaking of which, things that are being planned, work has begun on some deeper stats in the port section. What this would be is being able to see those deeper things like maybe total kills, total damage, average damage per ship. The kind of stats that get exposed when you go ahead and request it, but on a per ship basis for you in the port. Work on that is currently in progress. We just do not know when we will get it, but it is nice to know that that is being worked on. Also being worked on is cross-play divisions. It's something that is one of the most requested things. I think we can easily say it's that in training rooms, but cross-play divisions got a little bit of a hang-up and got a little bit delayed, mainly because what happened is there's basically one console tech team, and that team got shifted over into making the ports for the new consoles, the Xbox Series consoles, X and S, and the PS5. So those teams were working on that. Now that those got back out, they were basically working on crossplay divisions. Then stats got finalized on the new consoles. They dropped crossplay divisions to work on the new console stuff, then are now back into working on crossplay divisions. We still do not have a date for that, though. What I did find interesting is we will also be seeing a ray tracing update for the new consoles, which is dope. Also, the PS5 version of the game will get some more improvements. I think right now it's not quite up to snuff with where the Series X version is. I think that's just based on the architecture of the game. But either way, ray tracing for all, and those PS5 owners out there, get ready, because you will be excited soon, or maybe not soon, who knows when, but you'll be getting a better implementation of 4K. Next thing that is in development and has been requested is clans. Now, you may be saying, well, I don't want clans, but what will be attached to those clans is training rooms. Yes, we are finally getting training rooms. This probably won't be until 2022, but the clan deployment is going to end up coming in 2 waves. So if you think about it, they need to put in the infrastructure for clans, the ability to gather a group of player together and bundle them under one roof. And then the next step would be to allow those bundles of players to play against each other. So in one update, they're going to go ahead and push the infrastructure, the way to gather a clan together, the ability to join a clan, essentially the social stuff that you need to do. And then the update after that would be what will essentially be private matches, because I think that's how they'll end up doing it. And that way they kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because if they give us private matches, then we are able to do training rooms with these new kind of segregated off instances of the game from the main matchmaking services. So, yay. That is excellent. I am so glad to hear we have training rooms that are for sure on a roadmap and are in the development. Speaking of things that are in active development, something that will be rolling out relatively soon. There isn't a for sure date on it yet, but there is a new system, a new sound system in active development. It has already been in several of the super test sessions, and it will be implemented by the end of the year. This is a new way to kind of define calibers of guns and to associate new sounds with guns, so that way the Georgia doesn't sound like a cruiser. The Georgia's guns will sound distinct, and you may, who knows, you may be able to pick out ships just based on their sound, because I think it will be going off of caliber and maybe length. Who knows? I don't know the details yet, but it is definitely something that is nice to hear and will add just that little extra flavor of a little bit extra, hint, nice little add-on to the game. I, for one, totally in. Let's do it. Then there was an interesting quote in this whole thing. So they were talking about adding new lines and what the infrastructure needs to be done in order to add a new line. And one line caught my attention. He says, we need commanders in place before we bring a line in. And to me, that made it sound like I think we may be getting Italian destroyers at some point. That is absolutely not confirmed. But the fact they said we need to bring commanders in place before we bring a line in, and we, of course, got 2 Italian commanders for destroyers this update, I think there's a distinct possibility that someday, not soon, but in the relative near future, we will see the Italian destroyers added to the game. I don't know when, and this is my speculation, but I think there's a very distinct chance. What there isn't a distinct chance, or what there is a very distinct, what is absolutely guaranteed as a new ship line, though, is UK carriers. Yes, it turns out they actually confirmed this during the Belfast event. I just think none of us really caught it, but they did confirm during that time that UK carriers will be coming to this game. So, yay! We're gonna get another line of carriers. I don't know what they will add to make them distinct. Of course, Wargaming does like to make each class of ships distinct with some sort of advantage. Who knows with what the UK variant is going to be. They haven't really turned on, I don't think they've 100% sold on rocket ships. I know not rocket ships, rocket planes, planes that fire rockets as their unique trait. That is a possibility. There's also other possibilities. I don't know. I can't really think of what it would be. I think it's pretty obvious the Germans could get AP bombs from the beginning, but we will just have to see what unique little tidbit or skill that the UK carriers are being developed for. Next up, they are currently working on destroyers being able to turn off the AA. They do not know when it will come out, but they have heard that, and it is something that is also in development of being able to go ahead and flick off the AA for the destroyers, because obviously it does tend to ruin the fun and get you spotted when you're in a destroyer and your AA crews decide to open on up onto said carriers. The other thing that is currently in development, or is in kind of on the roadmap, is they are working on SAP. It will not be for battleships, but instead they're thinking of for premium ships of the Italian class, more specifically cruisers. But they are still experimenting. They think when they implement it, though, SAP will mean longer reload times than currently in the game, but we will have to see. Next, they went on and talked about the Bureau. As of right now, they are seeing the Bureau work as it's intended to do. Of course, it is supposed to be something that drives players to return day after day, of course, because if you don't return each day, you don't progress in the Bureau. Your 24-hour clock doesn't tick over, essentially. So they are seeing it work, and they like the way it is affecting the game and game behaviors. But they did say there will most likely be a new avenue to earning legendary tier ships. They just haven't come down on a specific method for that as of currently. And then finally, we have some quick little updates in here. First off, the one flag we have all been waiting for, the Jolly Roger. Well, they just said stay tuned, but usually stay tuned means it's coming soon. My guess would be September 19th, of course, because September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And I don't know about you guys, but I've certainly noticed the uptick in way more flags being given out on the social media channels. Of course, we always cover them with little shorts. So if you're interested in getting those flag codes, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And more importantly, the bell icon, because that will notify you whenever I post anything. And generally, shorts are a unique sort of content that may not necessarily be mixed in with the videos. Other quick ones, Azur Lane Balti will be getting a buff. They are happy with the way Baltimore has been buffed. They're happy with the results, so they do plan on bringing that tuning on over to Azur Lane Baltimore, which is good because, well, it kind of sucked paying for a premium version of a tech tree ship and then that premium version being worse than the tech tree and it not even being different. Like, it's literally the same ship. It was kind of ridiculous. Des Moines, the ship that was the cruiser in the April Fool's event, will not be coming this year, but of course it is on the list. Coming this year, I do believe still, is Montana and Minotaur, so get hyped for those, if you will. And then finally, full speed Paolo Smoke is currently in testing, and hopefully that will be rolled out soon, because I would love to be able to full speed YOLO into people in the Paolo. But yeah, guys, those are all of the kind of changes they went ahead and covered, or not even changes, but what they have on their mind in the development platform and what they think they are going to be doing in the next, year and a half, I feel like we've covered. Of course, they didn't tell us everything they're going to be doing, but this is a great way to kind of build that mental roadmap in your head as to what could be coming down the line at some point. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya.